Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy that you stopped by. I'm Ja, and today we also have
Ruud.
Hey, one of our technical expert, a good friend. So, well guys, if you have technical questions today, grab your chance because he's not gonna be here every live stream, okay? So it's very rare. All right, so today, of course, we're all here for the little guy right here. Before that, I just want to tell you guys, we're going to go through today. So there's going to be, of course, demonstrations regarding the product, what it's all about, what it can do, and most of all, of course, its performances. And of course, something else that's also going to be quite fired up today, I presume, we have a special giveaway. So near the end of the live stream, we'll be drawing a winner for the MAG 272 ZQR gaming monitor, which is a 165 Hz and one 1440p gaming monitor. So if you want to have a chance at a brand new gaming monitor, it's a nice upgrade, definitely, with gaming features. So make sure to join the giveaway. So right there, you can go to msite.com/2/insider, and the more actions you perform when you join the giveaway, the more chances you will have at winning. Also, near the end of the stream, I'll also be drawing quite a few $20 Steam Wallet Code winners. So per our usual, of course. So just to not mess up the first drawing, for the monitor, I'm going to be doing everything at once. So the first winner of today's live stream is going to be the winner of the gaming monitor. So grab your chances. And after that, I'll be drawing a few winners for the Steam Wallet codes. Just in case you didn't win the monitor, you still want something, right? Ruud, we're going to take a look at the Trident X today, right? What is it all about? So the Trident X, it belongs in one of our 10th generation lineups. Later I'll go to show you a little bit about the entire lineup. But yeah, today if you have questions regarding our desktop lineups, drop them in the chat. We'll try to keep track of the chat. I see that it's already going quite well. Excuse me if we don't get to your question, because I see there are quite a lot of people talking in the chat already, so we'll do our best to keep track of everything. But for now, I'm just really happy that you guys joined, so let's get kicking. So our favorite part, of course, the PowerPoint, right? You love PowerPoint, Ruud?
I love it. I see in the chat there's a lot of people saying that the draw has ended or something.
The draw has ended?
Yeah, just check the questions, the chat.
Let's see.
Maybe you need to fire that up. There's a lot of people repeating the same thing, so must be something wrong there.
All right, so we see that there might be a little bit of a technical issue with the giveaway, so let me just quickly check that. Let's see. Let me just return this. Seems like a small issue, guys. No worries. Let me just fix it right away. So
probably a lot of people coming for the for the
yeah,
draw.
well, it seems like that. A lot of people are quite a fan of the gaming monitor. Did you enter, Ruud?
Could I? I didn't know I could enter.
Yeah, you could.
Oh,
you could.
It's
it's a different question whether you're going to win, but yeah, you could definitely.
Yeah. If I don't participate,
So let's
I don't
see.
make a chance.
6-3. I'm just trying to see where the problem lies. I'm double checking some codes from the back end to see if everything is correctly set up. It should be. Let's see. Yeah, just a little bit more patient, guys. I'm almost there.
Some people also ask for a direct link to the Gleam. Don't know if you can paste it somewhere.
Let's see.
Now some people also respond that they could enter, so
yeah,
maybe it depends on what platform
as
you're
far
at.
as I can see, everything seems to be properly set up.
Okay.
Because there are also people saying that they could enter, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I can see that from my end.
Up and running?
That there are already people. Yeah, there are already entries.
Okay.
So maybe, guys, it's a browser issue from your end. I'm not sure. Maybe try a different browser or clear the cache. Always seems to be working, right? So yeah, I just double checked from my end, and it seems like, yeah, seems like everything's correct, guys. So
This
I
is the
really
link.
suggest you to maybe try a different browser or yeah, maybe try even a different device.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also looking at Eric, if he's still watching the live stream, to see if he can see if there's something wrong, because I cannot see if something's wrong from my end, because everything seems to be working properly.
Okay. Okay.
So Eric, if you're hearing this, maybe you can try to see if the giveaway is also working properly, because yeah, seems to be working properly from my end. Check.
It says giveaway for 27th of May. Some people say.
Huh. Yeah, I see that our bot is spamming a different it's spamming a different message than the ones that was set up.
Yeah, it looks like
okay.
the
okay,
URL
guys.
also has,
okay, we might have found the problem, but
yeah.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Because from my end, I can see that the new date has been inserted for the giveaway for today, but the bot somehow is spamming the one from last week.
If people see the URL and just change the date, would that work?
No, it doesn't work like that,
okay.
because the entire code changes. So let me just disable our
I see also one of our forum moderators joined. Hi, Patrick.
Okay, guys, it seems like the problem should be solved now. So in about 5 minutes, we're going to see if the problem is solved.
Okay.
All right, guys. No worries. 5 more minutes and the bot should be spamming the right link, so we'll see about that.
Okay.
Okay, where were we?
Just at the beginning. Yeah. We haven't done anything yet.
Exactly. So yeah, if you're very impatient, well, I can understand. I will be too. Just go to the link right there. So msite.com/2/insider, because that one always works, and that one is correct on there. So if the direct link that you used didn't work for you just now, go to there. It will definitely work. And in a few minutes, our bot will be spamming the correct link. All right. So let's continue. So yeah, Intel released all of its 10th gen desktop CPUs, and of course we also came up with our 10th generation desktops. And so there are quite a few models from our Infinite series, from our Trident series, but today specifically we're going to go through the Trident series, and specifically the Trident X, the most powerful one. And yeah, a lot of these models actually, well, some of them are already released and some already pending, also depending on your region, but later I'll get more into that. So let's continue for now. Really hope for you guys that the giveaway is now fixed, because it should be fixed. So yeah, before I get into the desktops, something changed in our desktops. So if you have been following us on the monitors end, you might know that we have MAG, MPG, and MEG, which all stand for Arsenal Gaming and Performance Gaming and Enthusiast Gaming. So here we actually also have introduced the same idea for our desktops to better segment our product for your needs, to see which segment might fit you better. Do you want to have a good all-around gaming PC, but you don't want to have too many features that you might not use? And these kind of questions will be answered by these kind of segments. So yeah, here too you'll be seeing this a lot more from now on. And our Trident X belongs to the MEG, which is really the top end segment of gaming. So yeah, I see guys are still talking regarding the link about the giveaway. Just a second, is going to be posted, and if not, just go to mz.com/2/insider and you can also join there. So I think so far no questions yet regarding anything else.
Yeah, one for a motherboard, but don't know if you want to do that one.
Well, we can address some of these kind of questions, but
then I'll just say that 3700X is compatible with a B450 Max motherboards, any of them.
Yeah, definitely good to know. I think we did quite a detailed live stream about this last week. Yeah. So, all right, I have no any other questions for now. Okay. So yeah, the Trident X. Just give you a brief, an idea of what kind of specifications it will have and up to what kind of specs. So now we're talking about the Trident X. Let's just show you guys in just a moment what the new Trident X looks like. So it goes all the way up to Intel Core i9 10900K chipset, of course the C490, and up to RTX 2080 Super. Well, we still have some configurations with 2080 Ti, but depending on the situation with NVIDIA and 2080 Ti, there might not be any configurations coming with Ti anymore in the future. But that's I can't really say anything for sure regarding that yet. So yeah, for now, just up to 2080 Ti Super, which is the more mainstream for our Trident X. And yeah, everything else you can also see here. So if you have any questions regarding this, you can ask them. So yeah, let's get it up. It's still brand new, of course, as you can see. All the plastic still on here. Let me just turn it around a little bit. So of course, the first thing that we're gonna do is read, what's up, right? We're gonna tear down,
of course,
the protective plastic, or however you want to call it. In the meantime, someone is saying 2080 Super and a 10900K with a 650 watt PSU. I guess he is a little bit skeptical regarding the power efficiency of this kind of configuration. And also, this 650 watt is a gold certified PSU, so definitely no problems there. It's a lot more efficient than you think. Let me switch to a different angle. So, all right, guys, shall I start here?
Someone made a nice hole in the plastic.
Who could that be, huh?
Yeah, I wonder who.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Of course, this part is going to be removed too. We're not going to need this for now. It's just for your own good when you are transporting your Trident X for the first time, for example. That you really be careful with the tempered glass. So it's quite sticky.
It's not like a protective foil, it's more like a stay on there sticker.
Yeah. Definitely not that easy to get rid of.
No.
All right.
There's another one on the side. Can you spot it?
There's another one?
Yeah.
I don't see that one
yet. It says MEG. There's also a little bit of protective foil over the
yeah, definitely
over the logo.
So here we have our MEG logo, so I just told you about. So this belongs to our MEG gaming lineup. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
If we do it, we gotta do it good and do
the
it
dragon
well.
logo also has a
and the front, of course.
On the front, yeah.
Let's go. All right, one more to go. Yeah, I just can't describe this feeling. It always feels so satisfying. Okay, guys, you're quite active today, huh? Good, glad to see that. Yeah, I know Hussein is saying clean that glue. Well, of course, yeah, there was a little bit of a glue left here from the sticker.
We should use different glue on that one.
Yeah. I'll try to clean this later.
Yep.
So, yeah, here you have it. The brand new Trident X 10s. Next time maybe we can invite one of the viewers to tear down the famous protective foil. I think we all love that part. Yeah, so as you can see, it's still quite the same size as the 9th generation if you're familiar with that one. So let me just get this up because I have it right here. So here we have the 9th gen and here we have the 10th gen. Size-wise, you can see they're quite similar. Actually, volume-wise, they're same, but the 10th generation got a beefier upgrade when you look at the footing. So, rest of the desktop, actually not that much have been changed. Well, actually, for this part, we received quite a few people saying, compliments from people saying that they quite like the design, and actually even asking about if there are like bare bone versions of this these desktop lineups. So yeah, we thought, you know, might as well just continue with that since it's since it's not broken. So why fix it, right? So any questions in the chat for now? How heavy? Somebody is asking how heavy is it? So the net weight is around 6.8 kilograms. And someone else is asking if there's an all-in-one water cooling inside. Actually, no. So for our Trident Sabers, we don't have the all-in-one water cooling, but in our Infinite tower size gaming desktop, we do have all-in-one. Actually, there's going to be a dedicated live stream about that in a few weeks. So keep our schedule, keep up with our schedule, and you would just find out. Yeah, someone else already saying, Guts is saying, yeah, it's perfect. There's no need to change. So yeah, here we have it, the 10th gen. Let me just shuffle it around a little bit for you guys to see better. Oh, sorry, Ruud, I almost touched you.
No, I'm just this side, yeah. I'm gonna copy paste it into the
just
view.
to compare. So yeah, this is really where the biggest difference is, and later I'll also show you guys, you know, what it's all about, and we'll go into more details regarding the insights and ins and out about this a little bit later. So for now, yeah, just showing you guys what the new one looks like, what the physical change is, and now we're going to dive into more details regarding, yeah, well, what can it do, you know, what kind of features and what changed. So if you have any questions for now, just drop in the chat. I'll do our best.
Some people are asking if there's also an AMD version.
So someone's, oh, yeah, so for now, we do not have an AMD version yet. I cannot say for sure when we will have, but yeah, personally, I do hope there will be an AMD version. I'm definitely looking forward to that, since AMD really have been kicking asses with their CPUs lately, in the last, especially in the last few years. Yeah, but yeah, technically, you know, Intel is still the fastest gaming CPU, so still gotta hand it to Intel. But yeah, who knows? I can't say for sure because, yeah, we just don't know yet. But maybe soon, maybe soon. Who knows? Any other questions that I might have missed? How come you guys aren't on YouTube live? We are live on YouTube. And yeah, seems YouTube is working properly because we are getting a lot of comments in the chat via YouTube. So you might want to refresh your browser on, for that part. Oh boy, we shouldn't have started about AMD, because now people are really dropping their favorite AMD CPUs in the chat. No AMD, guys. So we're working with a 10900K Intel CPU, which is the fastest
for gaming.
Yeah, so anything else, Ruud? Otherwise, I'll just keep on going on.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, if you guys are familiar with our Trident series, you know that they're famous for its size and its power. So this one here, again, you know, I can carry it around like under my arm. If you're a gamer on the go, this is really something that you're going to, well, prefer, especially. There is no compromise at all when it comes to performance and power inside of this kind of smaller sized form factor. So yeah, here again, you can see, well, we have done the same job as we did with the 9th generation when we packed all the gaming power that you will need, you know, the full-size 2080 Ti and desktop version with 9900K. Here, still the same case, but everything just got a little bit better. All right, so let's continue. So you've seen the case, you've seen the PC. So let's get back to the most exciting part, the PowerPoint. I'll try to get through it very fast, guys, so no worries. All right, so here were the specifications of up to what kind of configuration you can expect the Trident X to come with. So yeah, next, when we talk about features, of course, one of the features was, which is very important, especially in this kind of smaller sized builds, is having a proper cooling system. And here, once again, we have improved on our silent zone cooling. So silent zone cooling, for you guys out there who are not familiar with this kind of stuff from us yet, well, what does it do? What is it? It's well, it separates your entire desktop into 3 chambers. So as you can see here on the illustration, there's the VGA, so the GPU chamber, there's the PSU chamber, and there's also the CPU chamber on the other side. And each of its chamber have its own airflow system, tunnel, so to speak. So they will not be, you know, heating each other up. They're all being separated, so they all have their own intake and outtake. When it comes to airflow, which will best dissipate the heat while keep your system cool when it's like performing at its max. And I think our our friend Ruud definitely knows this, because whenever they or he touches the gaming desktop, it's always running at its max.
Yeah.
Always cranking it up to the max.
Putting it to the test, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so guys, it's getting hard to keep up with you because if I blink my eyes, there's like so many new comments. Anything else for now? All right, I'm gonna trust Ruud on this, so I'm gonna continue because I don't think I've missed any questions for now. All right, so yeah, silent zone cooling. Yeah, I think I've just explained that. So in a bit, we'll also open the case up and show you guys what I mean with when they're being separated into different kind of chambers. All right, so next up is when we're talking about cooling and heat dissipation, well, of course, now we have a newer generation of Intel gaming desktop CPUs. So compared to 9900K, now we have the 10900K. And I think Ruud knows everything about this. And why do we have to make a beefier footing? Because there are actually extra fans in there, as you can see in the illustration. Well, this is needed because they cranked out the power, right, Ruud?
Yes, the CPU takes a lot more power than the 9900K. It went up from 8 cores to 10 cores, so you need to do something with power and also with get rid of the heat. So that's why we came up with the foot, and also have some more airflow from the bottom. And that will help the CPU to stay cool and reach its full potential in performance.
Yeah. So okay, later we'll also try to open this up and show you guys what it looks like from the inside, since this is like the biggest physical change for the Trident. I see somebody is asking what will this one cost. So depending on your region, it will cost around $2,800 US, or well, 3,200 euros. So this is more like the MSRP. So it might still change. So don't take my word for it. But that's like well, that's like the standard for what you should expect. Yeah. So again, someone is asking, is a 750 watt enough? Actually, it's 650, but yeah, it's definitely enough.
Yeah.
It's more power efficient than you expect, so definitely no problems there. Our technical expert also confirmed this. Well, he always pushes everything to the max with all the numbers behind it. So yeah, if you don't take my word for it, take his word for it.
Yeah, we will demo it and we'll show you how much power goes into the CPU and the GPU later on.
All right, so yeah, moving on. Like I said, we will talk about the cooling and the temperatures a little bit more in the later phases. Yeah, so we kept the same principle from the Trident X 9th generation, because we always believe that when you, for example, get one of our pre-built gaming desktop, you should not be limited to its setup. So in a few years, if you feel like you need a more powerful GPU because NVIDIA is coming up with 4000 series or something, I'm not sure, I'm just saying. So you can still upgrade very easily. When you open it up, there's like plenty of room for you to take it out and just plug it in and install new SSDs, M.2 SSDs, even exchange the CPU, but that requires a little bit more work because you have to get out the CPU fan cooler. But yeah, so here we still have the easy upgradability. Since a lot of people seem to really like this kind of setup because they're not limited to being really, well, it just is generally getting really hard to upgrade your PC because everything is so cramped up and there's stuff in the way and stuff like that. And yeah, once again, we also have the vertically integrated GPU here too. For safety reasons, when you're moving around, especially with this kind of size, for gamers on the go, it's a lot more safer for your GPU. And also for this kind of construction, this is also the best way to use it. All right, seems like the problem has been solved with the giveaway, right? Because I haven't seen any new comment regarding it's not working.
The bot is doing the right URL now. It says
very good,
June
very good.
3rd. Yeah.
I'm not sure what went wrong there because I double checked and it was having the right link, but it's just on the somehow on the other laptop, which is currently active, it's just not spamming the right link. But yeah, that's fixed. All right. Any questions for now? All right, I'm just going to continue. So yeah, something else that we also upgraded and new really is about the internet connectivities. Here, everything is about speed and latency. So we have upgraded to a 2.5G LAN. Yeah, so compared to the gigabit LAN, it's really 2.5 times faster, giving you more speed, especially very future-proof too. But depending on your needs, of course. So if you're a die-hard gamer, I mean, you're covered, definitely. And also including Wi-Fi 6. So Wi-Fi 6 also being up to a 2.4 gigabit per second speed. But this, something that really improved here is like the latency. So latency, with Wi-Fi is never been really that good. And now, you really have a viable option to, if you really prefer to game on Wi-Fi because you like the portability and you don't like to drag the cables around, well, go for it. So the speed is faster, latency is much lower. So something that we're really trying to also push out with our 10th generation Trident X. Somebody is saying, well, you fixed the giveaway link, so that's a win at least. High five, Ruud.
Very good.
Nice. So when you talk about the monitor, someone is asking about the monitor. Well, actually, we're not going to talk about the monitor, but we wanted to give something away that's like related to like the desktop, because this is a beautiful 1440p gaming machine, or even 4K if you want to push the limits. So that's why we coupled a 165 Hz gaming monitor, which is 1440p, the MEG272 CQR, with today's live stream. So. Well, in the case you're trying to upgrade the system and you're interested in these kind of pre-builds, you can now also have a chance at a perfectly compatible gaming monitor, which is perfectly suited for these kind of gaming performances. So no, we're not going to physically talk about the monitor today. It's just a nice gesture to you guys because you always watch our live streams, so we appreciate that. All right, so continuing, I don't think there's anything new right now. Also something new that we included right now in the 10th generation is Thunderbolt. We've had quite the people asking, hey, when is Thunderbolt coming? Hey, when is it coming? Is it time? Well, it is finally here now. With Thunderbolt, you now also have the option to, you can use this display function or just simply use it to transfer files and speed. It is very fast. It is up to 40 gigabits per second. And well, if you don't want to transfer, you can even use it as a charging device. So it's really very multi-purpose, and it's finally here. So now you have the ability to get on with Thunderbolt if you have always been a fan of Thunderbolt. And this is especially nice if you're also doing a little bit of a creative work on the site, if you're constantly transferring files and stuff like that. This is going to definitely benefit you, or if you have a lot of other games stored in external devices. So definitely a good way to continue. Someone is asking how are the thermals on this kind of machine. I guess Ruud is really this is my area.
We will demo that. The power questions and the thermal questions we will show you, and we don't have to explain it. You can just see for yourself what the thermals are doing.
Just one moment, we'll get to that.
Okay,
no problems, guys, no worries. So we also have Thunderbolt now. And so not only on this hardware side, but also on the software side, we have included, not included new stuff, but now we have improved upon the old stuff, because now we have the brand new Dragon Center 2.0, if I'm not mistaken. The Dragon Center, what it does is basically it's like an all-in-one software that we include with our desktop. So in the Trident X, we have the brand new 2.0 version of it. And what it does is that you can monitor your desktop. You can tune your performances. It's even included. Mystic Light is even included with Dragon Center. So it's trying to keep everything in one place, so you can have the one app that does it all. And in just a second, we're also going to live demonstrate, what Dragon Center is and what you can expect of it. Generally how it works. And if you're not happy with this kind of rainbow effects, you can also change this in Dragon Center using Mystic Light function. I'm going to switch right now, and in the meantime, let me try to see what you guys have come up with. Ultron is saying, will you be doing a giveaway of this PC in future?
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, yeah, could be. I know that definitely for sure, if we're going to do that, I'm going to enter with
Yeah, me too.
100% passion.
Yeah.
Hey, I see Edwin
Multiple
K is
accounts.
back. Is there a fan profile for midsummer when it is in my attic room is 30? Okay, so Edwin is asking if there's a fan profile. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can actually use different kind of software for this.
There's a pre-configured fan profile in the BIOS, so it makes sure that it never overheats and makes sure once it gets hotter, the fans speed up. And also you cannot tune that very much, but you can choose a different scenario. So if you say, okay, balanced one is usually good for any type of productivity or gaming, or if you want to have performance and don't want to have the most extreme noise. But if extreme performance, of course, tries to overclock it a little bit, and then the noise will increase a little bit. But if you don't like noise, then you have a silent profile as well, or a user scenario, and that will just let it raise the CPU temperatures a little bit higher and lower the fan RPM. So the noise will be lower, but the heat will be higher. So you have to make a compromise on that part. And of course, there's also a creator mode optimized for creative applications like Photoshop or Premiere or other video related stuff.
Just a quick answer to a question. Somebody is asking which chat is being monitored for question purposes. So yeah, we are keeping track of YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. So yeah, if you have a question, just fire it up and we'll get to it.
So yeah, these are the user scenarios. Of course, you can also customize some stuff yourself, but you cannot change the fan that much. Only with the silent profile, you can lower the noise a little bit. But those are pre-configured fan profiles. So it also is for safety. So you cannot really overheat anyway. So that's basically what they're trying to do with a pre-configured system like this. If you build your own, of course, you will have the opportunity to choose any profile you like and set it up in BIOS or in software, but not on this machine. So shall we walk through the Dragon Center now, Jeff?
Sure, yeah, let's go.
So we have the gaming mode. You can add any games you want. There's also an MSI app player pre-configured, and it can
I mean, personally, I think the app player is quite fun for people that enjoy playing on mobiles and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're this kind of gamer, you can also use the MSI app player.
Yeah, and you can add games whatever you want, and it will automatically optimize and free some RAM and stuff like that for your game. The user scenarios we already talked about, and you can also monitor the temperatures and the frequencies, and also the voltages a little bit. There's also a MSI companion app. I haven't installed it yet, but you can try it out if you want. True color, if you want to change the colors on your screen, for example in the evening, if you want to have less blue light just before you go to bed, then you can just choose the eye rest, or have a little bit more contrast in your game or in the movies, or customize it yourself. Of course, there's the LAN manager. This will give you opportunities to prioritize your internet traffic, and normally it will automatically detect traffic from games and will set it to the highest priority.
I think it's especially annoying, right, when you're like playing games and sometimes you just start to lag and you just cannot find out what the problem is. Well, usually, sometimes you can find out because it's something obvious, but now you can have more detailed overview. You know, you can backtrack something way more.
Yeah, it will
detailed.
show you which app is using the traffic, or is hogging your internet connection, and you can set it to a lower priority, and then the game should have less problems. Of course, the big feature also is Mystic Light to control the RGB stuff. If you don't like it, you can also turn it off. So you can, I think off is also an option, so no problem there. By default, it's set to rainbow, so lots of colors.
Yeah, seems to be the most popular choice.
For marketing, yes. I think I'm not sure if everyone agrees with that,
Yeah.
but
Come on,
it's
guys.
nice to show off the capabilities of the LEDs, right?
Any RGB fans out there? Give me a high five. Anyone? Just drop it in the chat. A high five.
There's nobody.
I love RGB.
A 1. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a slight delay in there, so... Oh, we're seeing a high five. 2 high fives. Nice.
Of course, there's different effects, and you can also do certain rainbow effects, but you can also do, for example, a very simple one with a single color, if you like, and a steady or breathing. That's also possible.
Yeah.
If you want to go for blue or whatever, that's also possible, no problem. There's all kinds of effects you can choose from, and also you can change the colors, and you can also change the colors on your mouse or keyboard or headset if it's supported, and then you can make a whole theme out of it. Even a monitor, I think, is possible, right? If it has the...
Well, the high five is really starting to roll in.
Yeah.
You know what they say, you win games by RGB and gaming chair.
Okay. You want to see more about Mystic Light? Of course, you also have the ambient link. So if you have any Nanoleaf or Philips Hue lights, you can also connect them here, and you can even have the same colors in your games reflect on the Nanoleaf or the Philips Hue. You can also have some different kind of styling. So you can have like a movie, and it will try to create the same colors your movie is like. So that's more of the external lights you can connect. Of course, you can choose different profiles if you want different profiles for different games or different applications, or one has turned all the lights off and one is doing rainbow and one is doing blue or whatever. You can do also some stuff with voice commands if you are really into that. I haven't connected a microphone, so
what does it say?
Not able to demonstrate, but you have to say, "Hey, Lucky," and then say, for example, Mystic Light breathing, and then it will, it will switch to that effect.
How convenient! It's like you're talking to Lucky.
Yeah. Well, it's a nice gimmick anyway, and you can also let it override any third-party RGB software. Or you can let the other software do its thing. Of course, there's also controls for gaming gear. I only have connected a gaming mouse, a GM50 at the moment, so you can also set up the stuff for the mouse.
Oh, I see DJ Davey saying now RGB that sync with gaming in Mystic Light. I'm not sure if he's like asking this or if this is a statement. If it is a statement, then correct. We can actually sync with in-game events. Yeah. So we already incorporate this. Well, we work together with Assassin's Creed, The Division, Monster Hunter World. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more titles coming up. So yeah, we can already actually, with quite a few popular titles, translate what's happening in the game into your RGB ecosystem. So even if you have like Nanoleaf installed, you can even sync it with Nanoleaf and Philips Hue Plays and stuff like that. So you can really create an entire ecosystem that translates the in-game events. So that's really beautiful to see. Well, that's just my personal opinion.
Okay. Some more stuff in Dragon Center. You can register, and you will get some updates, and you can easily ask questions about your product, and the support engineer will see what kind of product you have and can have more detailed information already. You can also share the information with them.
Yeah.
You can share that through the system info part. And there's also a live update, so if you just scan for it, it will show you what kind of updates there are for drivers, or if there's a BIOS or a firmware update, it will show you. And you can also set it up that it will scan automatically. This is the information you can share. If you do the export system info, it will just generate like a report in text format, and you can email or upload it through register.msi.com or upload it to the forum or anywhere you're getting support from. This will be very handy to see, okay, these are the drivers, these are the BIOS versions, any kind of software details it will show, and that will help the engineer to support you. Also, the Microsoft apps, nowadays a lot of Microsoft apps are going through the Microsoft Store, and of course these features like Nahimic is also getting from the store, which is already installed, so you don't have to do it here anymore. Also some other tools to speed up the USB or the storage. You will get a little bit of better benchmarks if you enable them, and it will just keep your CPU awake a little bit more. The graphics fan tool, the cooler boost feature, is also something we know from the notebooks, and it's just to get rid of the heat quickly. So if after playing a game for a long time, then there's a lot of heat build up into the system, and if you do cooler boost, it will just run the graphics card's fans automatically to 100%, and then it removes the heat, and after that the fans can speed down, and there's a lot of there's less noise, and you can watch a movie or whatever without the fans blowing in your ear.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, supercharger, that's basically an old feature still implemented on motherboards today, and that's to charge your mobile phone or tablet. Also voice boost, it will increase your voice if you connect a microphone, and also if you select any program you can chat in voice, I mean. Okay, macros, you can set up macros for any games or things to automate, and you can just record or just edit the macros if you want to automate stuff. Smart tool is actually something we put on motherboards. I'm not sure why it's also on this machine. You can, for example, use the Windows. It was designed for Windows 7, so you can add a driver to the Windows 7 USB stick, and then you can install it on motherboards that were not supported. But not sure why it's in this one here. I think that's an overlooked fact. Anyway, there's also backup. There's a recovery partition on this machine to set it back to the factory defaults. So if you ever want to just reset the whole thing or delete everything, and for example, if you want to sell it and you don't want them to find any of your personal information, you can reset it to factory defaults. So the windows will be sealed again, and you will have a choice for languages and to set up a username and the system name. If you back it up, then it means you can always recover from that USB stick or that set of DVDs. That's always something we recommend to do, but not always everybody does that.
Yeah.
But that's your choice. If you don't do it, then yeah, it will be harder if you want to go back to factory default.
I can imagine.
But still, if the recovery partition is intact, so it's still there, then no problem. Then you can just press just press F3 while booting up from the BIOS, and then it will go into the recovery mode or the Windows recovery mode.
It might have escaped my. It might have escaped me, but Ruud, was there a function to monitor GPU with Dragon Center? But usually we use Afterburner for that, but
there is a. Let me
someone
just
is
finish this
asking
part.
if there was a function for that.
Dragon Center automatically starts with Windows. You can turn it off if you don't want to in the software update, and always update. You can always turn it off. Let's get back to the monitor part. Yeah, you can monitor a few things, but not as much as I would have liked. At the moment, it just says GPU usage and GPU frequency, but I don't see the GPU temperature. So I think they still need to add that. So there you have it. This is quite an early sample, so if something's missing, just drop it in the chat, and we will make note of that, and we'll send the feedback to our headquarters, and hopefully they can add stuff like that for the graphic card as well. But yeah, you're correct. MSI Afterburner is also one you can use to monitor the graphic card, but also overclock it a little bit, or do some fan tuning there. That's also possible. We're also going to use MSI Afterburner to show you on screen during the game what the CPU, the GPU temperatures are, and then you have a nice overlay, and you can also use that for troubleshooting if you want. But Afterburner is more like a tool for people who are more expert and are really
advanced.
into fine-tuning stuff. You know, it's not like click and go. It's more like a fiddling tool. You can really make a lot of adjustments and also show nice overlays.
Yeah, and I guess you know, with machines like the Trident X, where you know you really have like so much possibilities when it comes to power and performance. And you know, Dragon Center is, you can use it like a stepping stone to really get into this kind of world, to, you know, get familiar with the settings and stuff. So yeah, like you said, you know, this is more like the click and go version, right?
Yeah, somebody's saying you can also enable hardware monitoring. That's correct. I'm not sure if there's more here. Probably is. Oh, here we have the GPU
right,
temperature.
good to see we have people who are familiar with Dragon Center.
Yeah. And I believe, but I haven't tried that yet. I've tried it a little bit on a notebook, but the companion app also seems to have some overlay functionality inside. But as far as I know from last week, it wasn't really 100% ready yet, so I'm not showing that today. So instead I've used MSI Afterburner, because that's something I know it can show the overlay really well and show the information I want you to see. So I'm not hiding anything, I'm just trying to give you a good idea about the power, the thermals of this machine, and also the performance. So I'm trying to capture that in a nice overlay. Any more questions you spotted?
No, I guess that's it for now. And
Graves,
indeed, we haven't drawn any winners yet. So if you missed this part, I guess not sure yet, but in about an hour, could be earlier, could be later, we'll draw the first winner. And the first winner is also going to be the winner of today's gaming monitor giveaway. So if you just joined, or if you haven't heard about this yet, here, this link right here. Oh, here. This side. Just go there and participate, and you might be one of the MAG272 CQR gaming monitor winner. It's a 1440p gaming monitor at 165 Hz refresh rate, so it's going to be quite a step up from majority of the people, or so I hope. Yeah, all right. So, and after that, I'll also be drawing a few winners for the Steam Wallet code. So, you know, in case you didn't win a monitor, you still won something. So you can still get something nice with that. All right, guys. So yeah, let's continue. Cool. So no questions for now. Yeah, Ruud, thanks for the Dragon Center explanation. I guess it was quite detailed. And if you guys still have any questions regarding Dragon Center, try to post them now, or else you're going to miss your boat. So yeah, that was Dragon Center and Mystic Light. And in general, you know, we have shown quite the ins and outs of the new Trident X 10th generation, what's new, what it looks like, what changed, and what's been improved and stuff like that. But earlier I also mentioned this was only one of the models in the Trident lineups. So the Trident 10th generation lineups, there are more models than just the Trident X. So there's also the Trident A in the Trident 3. So if you guys are familiar with our desktop lineups, you might remember these kind of models, because they used to also exist in the 9th generation, the 8th generation, or even the 7th. So yeah, now once again we have improved the hardware in the 10th generation for the Trident A2 and also for the Trident 3. So the Trident 3 also comes in Trident 3 Arctic, which is the white version. So whatever you prefer, the black version or the white version. Yeah, so the Trident A, this one is going to be released quite a bit later than the Trident X and the Trident 3, which are already kind of released. So the Trident A is going to be approximately around August when you'll be seeing it in the shop. It's going to be released in July, but I guess depending on what your region is, it's still going to take a month for you to see it in the shop or in the web shops. And yeah, what can you expect with the Trident A and the Trident 3? So one thing that you can already clearly remember is that if you want like the maximum performance, and if you don't prefer like a full-size tower or a mid-size tower, then you go for the Trident X. This is really where the size and power really meet, because there's no compromise when it comes to performance, and you still have the mobility and the desk saving, I guess, form factor when you put it on your desk. And the main difference is that if you don't need a max performance, then go for Trident A or go for Trident 3, because Trident A is going to be, it's the same form factor, but it's going to be slightly less performing, well, maybe a little bit more, because you will see, as I will show you here, the configuration of the Trident A and the Trident 3, they're of course less than the Trident X. So instead of a up to a i9 10900K, you have with the Trident A up to a i7 10700, so also non-K. And the same case with the Trident 3. But the big difference between these two is that with the Trident A, you do have a full-size RTX 2070 Super. So still pretty much handling everything you throw its way. Well, with the Trident 3s, so the normal one and the Arctic one, you have up to a RTX 2060 Super ITX. So why ITX? Because this is a mini ITX build. So if you thought that Trident X and the Trident A are small, then well, just wait until you see the Trident 3. So here you can also see right next to a backpack, it fits perfectly in a normal sized backpack. So it's even smaller than the Trident A and the Trident X. And here you have well, the full specifications of what you might expect. If you're interested in Trident A, well, you got to be a little bit more patient. And Trident 3, depending on your region, you can still you can already find some configurations for this if you're interested. So yeah, so that's for the general overview of the Trident 10th generation lineup. If you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. I did read some comments regarding people saying that they already had the Trident 3, they're still using it, like from the 7th or the 8th generation. Well, still nothing wrong with that, so good to see that you're already familiar with the lineup. And Hussein saying, well, the white version looks clean. Yeah, I agree. Anything else? All right. So I guess that's it for now for the comments. Let's just continue. So now we're going to transfer to really demonstrating the product, like from like the outside to the inside. So no more PTT and stuff like that. So now we go for the fun part. Okay, let me just. So here. Let me just first show you guys the internals of the Trident X10. So on this side, we have the tempered glass. And if you're on the go, what else comes in the box? Another panel. So if you're on the go, going to places with your gaming desktop, of course you do not want to damage your beautiful tempered glass. So in that case, you will get this one out, which is the well, steel side panel. So you can just easily exchange this one for that one, and it's quite easy. Here this works via a magnetic door. This is a magnetic door. Let me just put this aside. If you open this up, you'll see this entire side is like dedicated to the CPU. Here we have the GPU or the PSU, sorry, and here we can you can upgrade if needed your SSDs, so the 2.5 inches SSDs. And as you can see, some people are worried when they see tempered glass, and they'll be like, what about breathing? No, no worries, because here you can see there's a clear cutout with a mesh, just so that the CPU can breathe properly. So here you can also see this is our custom-made air cooler for our CPU. So you cannot find this anywhere because you can't buy it. It's custom-made. Well, as far as cable management goes, it's a lot neater than my own gaming desktop, I can say that for sure. And you know, regarding its size, so it's especially good to see you know, having this kind of cable management in this kind of size as well. I mean, it might be a personal thing, so yeah, personally I can appreciate that. And here we have the SFX PSU. 650 watt gold certified. So a lot of people were asking and saying, hey, isn't that like a little bit on the short side, you know, 650 watt? Nope, not at all. In just a bit, we're going to get into more details regarding, you know, what this guy will use when it's like performing at its max, really getting pushed. Because, you know, looking at Ruud, he's going to make sure that this guy is going to have a bad time.
No, it can handle it beautifully.
Yeah, definitely. So here, let me just change the view a little bit so you can see the internals a bit better.
Yeah, I do see there's a lot of questions about power. Like this one has 650 watts, and also I think about the Trident A. Is 450 watts enough for i7 with the RTX 2070? Actually, it is. I mean, you can put on a wall meter, and it will never hit anything near 650. This configuration will probably max out at 500 watts, so 650 is still 150 watts over, and that's like an extreme load that will, actually never happen. It's very hard to have the CPU and the GPU run at full power at the same time. I mean, most games load the GPU for full power, but the CPU usually is around 50%, and 50% usage doesn't translate to 50% power consumption at all. So yeah, some games are harder than others, but it will never reach like 250 watt on the GPU and 200 watts on the CPU at the same time. So it only can do that in theoretical workloads, or stress tests or stuff like that, if you load like Prime 95 and Furmark at the same time. But there's hardly any people playing Furmark for fun.
For fun.
Yeah, those are really the power viruses. They are designed to draw as much power as they can. And Prime 95, I'm not sure if there's a lot of people interested in prime numbers, but Prime 95 is a lot more popular as a burn-in test, or like an extreme power test or thermal test. And if you look at the regular applications, none of them are close to the power that Prime 95 is able to do.
So I already took the screws off.
Okay.
As you have noticed, I was struggling a little bit because it's still so brand new, so everything is still very tightly put together when you first disassemble it. So this is the other side. First, what you notice was that here we have the LED strip bar. So this is also compatible with our Mystic Light, of course. And this entire compartment is meant for the GPU. So as you can see, there's still plenty of space left whenever you feel like you need to upgrade to a more powerful GPU in the future. The other side, so here you see you still have quite some length, and also the height. So this is like its own chamber, also being separated, like I mentioned earlier, with silent source cooling. This is all dedicated for the cooling for the GPU. And here we have our 2080 Super Ventus XS. So, and if you feel like you need to upgrade your M.2 SSD, this is where you will go to. This black little pad, that's the cooling pad for the M.2, which is underneath it. So if you feel like you need to upgrade this, well, you simply have to take off this side and unscrew it, take it out and swap in a new one, and that's it. You're good to go. And here we also have the backside of the PSU. As you can see in this idle mode, the PSU is not even spinning.
Yeah.
Because it is not drawing a lot of power, so it doesn't really need to cool off. Alright, if you have any questions regarding well, this side of the internals, just let us know. I'll try to get to it.
Some ask, is there an additional M.2 slot? Yes, on
Yeah.
top of the motherboard there's another one.
We have two slots.
Yeah. On this particular SKU, there's already 2 installed, so they are rate 0 for extra capacity and speed as well.
Look guys, I didn't lose any screws. I'm saying this to be on record for my colleagues, because they always bully me when it comes to screws. So just putting this back on. Again guys, something very important, don't try this at home. And what I mean is that when power is still like on, do not use anything to touch your PC, you know. But right now we don't have a choice because of technical reasons, because we're capturing this, and as soon as, you know, power goes off here, we're going to have a lot of problems with capturing whatever this one is broadcasting. So that's why I'm risking to touch the screws on the back side. So when you're at home, you're trying to do this kind of stuff, always unplug the power and then get it kicking.
Yep.
So that was the other side. Let me just switch this again. So by now, if you paid attention, you should already know what the biggest physical change is compared to the 9th generation Trident X. So I'm gonna put this next to each other again in case you missed this from the start. What do you think has changed? It's quite clear. Something looks a lot more beefier. The footing, yes. So as you can see, here we have the bottom of the foot, and just a little bit, I will unscrew it to show you guys what really changed. And this really, like in general, just got higher and, you know, bigger, and this is all because as you can see here, more air exhaust places for the air to go out. This is really to provide extra cooling for the more powerful CPU in there.
The air is going in, it's intake.
Oh yeah, right, that's the air intake. Yeah.
But basically the same, yeah. Vents, yeah.
So yeah, and compared to the 9th, well, you just saw it. So this is like really physically like the biggest change, because the rest, I guess everybody was really like very happy with it. So we didn't do anything regarding that. So we just did what was technically and physically what was needed to get more air intake and for the more powerful CPU. After we have shown you guys some performances and stuff like that, I will try to open this up to show you guys what it looks like from the inside, since that's like the biggest physical change.
Okay.
All right. So did I miss any important questions?
No, nothing big.
Yes, DJ Dave, don't get any screws lost. Yeah. Exactly, well, I always do that. I never get screws lost, and yet all my colleagues still say I always lose the screws.
Yeah, people are
so
still
nice.
wondering about giveaway and about the thermals and the power. So basically the questions are repeating, but we will have an answer to that.
That's a good summary.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're kind of right.
The guy in blue doesn't
Yeah.
even look like he's there. Well, actually, I'm not. You see, this is not in the same part of the room as Ja is.
Yeah, I
sitting.
mean nowadays, we kind of have no choice. Preferably, I would have liked to have Root just sit next to me, like
Yeah, but-
literally. Right now, he's like sitting across me somewhere in the same room, but it's like
Yeah, we're about
3-5 meters apart
Yeah,
from me.
something like
Yeah,
that.
we don't have a choice right now, right? So we gotta behave and make sure we don't contribute to more problems. We should be part of the solution. So you guys should also definitely keep doing this. Keep the distance and stay safe for yourself and for people around you. Okay, let's see if something else right now. Yeah. So someone is asking if the case can be sold without any parts. So yeah, the bare bone version. We actually have had this question quite a lot. I already started with the previous generation. So far, not really. Maybe if the questions keep coming in, that management is going to somehow someday change their decisions and be like, we're going to sell the Trident X barebone too, but not now. Who knows?
Yeah, someone's asking. I'm Dutch. Yeah, we're all Dutch. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm
If
Dutch
you
on
hear
paper.
it from our accent, then yeah.
Someone is insulting our Lucky on the table.
Okay.
We feel very offended. All right, let's continue. I'm just joking. So yeah, we've seen the ins and outs, and later we'll unscrew the bottom part to show you guys, how the fence being installed in there, how much room is actually in there, how this is going to help. But yeah, for now, we're going to go into the performances. Because yeah, that's really going to be the biggest question mark, I guess, for most of you. For this, we have prepared quite some stuff. And yeah, Ruud, what are we going to kick off with?
First, we're gonna do the side by side with the Trident 9th and the Trident X 10th. So we will do the same benchmark basically. We're gonna start with the Cinebench. I think it will show. It can show multi-threaded performance in a very good way.
All right, Cinebench it is.
So we need to switch to like a split screen.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then we just fire up HW Info. That's a program to monitor the package temperatures like this one, but also the clock frequency and also the package power, the CPU package power. When we went from the 9th generation Intel, the 9900K, and the one on the left is a 9700K, so that's the i7 one. So it's not a complete apples to apples comparison, but to give you an idea about the power and the heat, the 9700K and the 9900K are not that different, especially with the power limits in place on the Trident X 9th. So Ja already showed you that the foot of the Trident X 10th is a bit bigger, and that has a good reason, because also the CPU is more powerful, better performance, but also needs more power to work with a full turbo. So I think we just run the Cinebench. If Ja, can you start also on the 9th?
Just wait for your signal.
Yeah, then we need to count it down and then just say 3, 2, 1, go. Of course, we'll open HW Info. Can you do the same?
All right.
I can only control the mouse of the 10th, so
yeah, I
I'm
can
not
already.
Sure if the stream is clear enough, or if the text is clear enough to watch. But at the moment, it's drawing about 185, 88, 89 watts. And that's possible because this machine has almost
yeah, and that's actually quite a lot more than the Trident X 9th.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see in the graph on the left. I'm not sure if Jack can point to it with the mouse. You see a blue blob which is higher, which is roughly 118 watts, and then it just after 16 seconds or so it will drop to 95 watts. So the 10th is already finished. If you see the number being a lot lower than you see in reviews, that's because in the background OBS is running. It's streaming with NDI to the server, and also HW info will take some CPU cycles away. And additionally, we also put Afterburner in the background, but that's for later on for the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But what you can clearly see is that the power on Cinebench in the Trident X 10th is not dropping at all. It's not hitting any power limits, and that's because of the chosen power limits in the BIOS. And you can also see it in Intel XTU. If you look at the temperatures, it's going up to 91 degrees centigrade, and clockwise it's going to do 4.8 during the whole Cinebench, and a little bit of 4.9, but that's only during the loading part of Cinebench, because the temperatures, what the so-called new thermal velocity boost, which can give you 4.9 gigahertz if the CPU is below 70, and here it already goes above 70. So if you load all the cores at once, it's very hard to keep it cool and below 70 degrees centigrade and keep it at 4.9. Then you would have to go to a water cooling for like 280 or 360 in a really well ventilated case. So in a machine like the Trident X, that's not possible, but 4.8 across a whole Cinebench run, that's quite impressive. And I can switch to also you can see the performance difference between the 9700K and the 10900K. It's going from an 8-core to a 10-core, but it's an impressive improvement. Intel did a really good job there. Of course, AMD can do this as well, and but the Intel one is still very good at high frequency single-threaded performance. If we can switch to the 10th screen only, in the full screen, here's the Intel Extreme Tuning Utility, or XTU. And what's interesting to see here is that the turbo boost, the short power turbo boost max, is 250 watts, and it can do that for 56 seconds. That means that during this period it can do like full power. You could see in the chart from HW info that it will do around 190 watts, something like that. So it will never hit the max power, at least not in a regular program, excluding Prime 95 or other Power Virus AVX loads. After that 56 seconds, it will go to the 150 watt power limit. So if I would start multiple Cinebench runs one after the other, then it will drop to 150 watts once the 56 seconds of full load is consumed, if you will. It's a calculation about a weighted average, so it depends on how long, how much load you will put on for a long time. So longer loads will drop to 150 watts, but it's still a lot higher than the 125 watts TDP that Intel is recommending. And we have chosen this power limit. This is also called power limit 1. This is power limit 2. The power limit 1 is tuned to this cooling system. So this is a full system. This is a pre-built system by MSI, and we have fine-tuned it that 150 watts is the capability of this cooling solution, and that's why we allow it to do 150 for the long run. For a short run, like 56 seconds worth of power, it can do even more. And we think this is a safe way to set up the power limits and give you the maximum performance. So if you would lower the the power limits, of course, you will have a cooler system, but your performance will also be less. And this is kind of a topic that goes around also in the media and the reviewers. Also because there was some discussion about the B460 and other boards also allowing the power limits to be higher than Intel TDP or recommended settings. I think only ASUS is doing the recommended Intel TDP for the Z490 boards if you choose not to enable the ASUS performance enhancement. But that's the only board. The rest of the motherboards for Z490s or any manufacturer, MSI, Gigabyte, ASRock, they all set it without limits or limited to the power circuit on that motherboard. This particular one, this motherboard is a Z490i Unify, so it has 90 amp power stages, and this one is really well equipped for this kind of CPU. And the cooling is sufficient to withstand 150 watts for a long run, so hours, if you will. So that's how they do it. If we close the XTU, we can also go to the gaming part. Ja, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Then we need to start, or just check if Afterburner is also running. Then we have a nice overlay, and we can show you what it does to gaming. I've chosen Shadow of the Tomb Raider. You can also click it, John. And this one shows some difference also in lower resolutions, like we're now benching in 1080p, 1080p, and for an RTX 2080 Super, that's maybe a lower resolution, but it can show also the CPU performance as well. And if you think why are they comparing the i9 10900K with the i7 9700K? Well, the i7 9700K was one of the fastest already. It didn't do much lower than the 9900K in gaming. Also, one other difference to note is that the 9th generation has a RTX 2080 and the 10th generation has the RTX 2080 Super. So we're just going to run the benchmark on 1080p with highest settings. Also, this will give you we will try to sync it. Let's hope it will work.
Awaiting your mark. Awaiting your mark.
And we have to press R for benchmark. And shall we do the countdown?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
I think that was pretty smooth.
Yeah, I waited a little bit because the 10th is just a little bit quicker in loading. So hopefully it syncs. But if it doesn't, then yeah.
I think we're like off by 0.4 seconds.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah. Yes, people. Indeed, the giveaway is going to be very soon. So stay tuned for just a little bit more.
So
no worries.
Okay. What you can see here is the power consumption of the GPU is around 200 watts. If you do a higher resolution, it can do a little bit more, but not a lot. So about 220, 230. I think that's the maximum. The CPU you saw on Cinebench was about 200. Well, a little bit less, depends on the temperature. Let's say 190, 200. So if you add that up, it will show you that it's about 450 watt for the major part, so the CPU and the GPU. That still leaves 200 watts on the power supply budget. That your SSD and RAM is not going to consume that, and also not the RGB light. So this configuration, this power supply is more than capable of running this configuration in any loads. Also, you can see the CPU power draw now. The first numbers is of course the CPU and the GPU temperatures, then the megahertz is just the core clock, and then the percentages is the CPU and the GPU utilization, or total utilization of the CPU and the GPU. It doesn't say that much, but okay. So that's why I also put the power behind it. If you look at the frame per second or the frame time below it, the graph, especially in some more intense scenes we will show you later, this benchmark will go to some kind of village, and then there's a lot of details going on. Then you will see the impact of the CPU a bit more. At the moment it's already doing a little bit higher FPS and also lower frame times. But also if you look at the frame time graph, then it looks a little bit more smooth, or in other words, it's lagging sometimes, but I think that's the stream. If you look at the noise on the frame time on the left is a lot more peaks and dips than there's on the right, so it's much more smooth. So the minimum frame rate or the maximum frame time is lower than on the 9 gen, and that's also mostly due to the CPU part.
Many people are saying, "Wow, so many FPS." Yeah, I guess if I were to be gaming at this kind of FPS at full settings, I don't think I'll be stepping out of the door for anytime soon.
So if you want to see the statistics, we need to swap to the other part, to the right side. Yeah, thank you. So that's about the difference. So you will see an average FPS of 117 for the 9 gen and 128 for the 10 gen. The GPU is a little bit different, but also the CPU is adding performance to that. Especially the FPS dips are less and less deep on the 10th gen because of the CPU.
Yeah, I think it's quite important to have a more stable FPS, right? Than when FPS is like really going out, shuffling up and down, because then you have much more stuttery effect.
Yeah.
So it's a lot less smooth when you're like just generally playing through your game, and it's going to feel much more smoother when it's like going up and down much less than when it's going up and down, like for example with the 9th gen, it's a bit more than the 10th gen. So
if you look at the CPU render part, I just move out of the way because my chair was in front of it, but the CPU render part, the minimum frames is 139. If you look at the left, I cannot control that mouse, but you'll show that it's 99. So that's the difference in the lowest frame per second hit. So that will give you dips. I mean, 99 is still very nice. It's very good frame rate, but if you crank it up to a higher resolution, then it will dip further, of course.
Yeah. But I guess, the 10th gen is really, at the moment, streaming at its max and still pushing its limits. So it's not the ideal situation. So
no, if you run this without the NDI in the background and the OBS and the afterburner and the HW info, it will do a little bit higher frames per second. It will give you 142 on the 10th. And it will give you 129 on the 9th. So,
but I guess that will also then make a difference in the temperature if it wasn't like really pushing its limit like this hard with NDI on.
No, yeah, basically it will load the GPU at the fullest. So now it will just give you some cycles to the NDI part.
Yeah, I guess it will still be loading at its max.
So the game performance will drop, but the full load of the GPU will still be the same, more or less. Any questions?
Yeah, well, people are saying they're seeing some stuttery frames here and there with the 10th generation, but I guess when you are capturing with NDI at its max and still showing the benchmarks.
Yeah, it's a live demo, so that's something that can happen. We've tested it before in a different room, and then it was working a little bit better than this one, because I also saw that the 10 Gen was not keeping up with the NDI stream. So, but I'm looking at the monitor, and the monitor didn't have any problem. So it's definitely the NDI OBS part.
Yeah, so you know, when we're really trying to broadcast all this kind of information to you guys, sometimes, yeah, it's not going to go 100% smooth. You know, maybe internet was like a little bit laggy. It's going to stutter a little bit. Maybe the NDI wasn't working properly. You know, the signal wasn't all that well. So yeah, there can be quite a few factors, because here on our screens, you know, there was no problem. So yeah, it's the capture that's giving you guys a little bit of the stuttery feeling. Yeah, so a lot of guys were wondering about that. So something else that I missed.
Yeah, some people just asked about the thermals. Yeah, I think that the graphic cards tops out at around 75 degrees, and the CPU in gaming will do around 65. Depends also on your room temperature, of course. But if you crank it up in a hotter room, then also the fans will spin faster and try to keep it lower in temperature on the CPU and GPU die.
Yeah, so that is that. Yeah, so people are still saying I saw some stutters, but yeah, that's because now I just explained this to you if you just missed it. Capture problems, you know, some internet instability here, because on our screen it wasn't working perfectly, so no problems there. Yeah, someone's asking, is water cooled or air cooled? It's air cooled. Oh, I see someone already answered the question for me. Thank you, very helpful. Yeah, people are wondering about the thermals.
Well, what particular part do you want to know? I just explained that it will, in gaming, it will top out at 75 degrees roughly for the GPU, and will 65, 70 for the CPU.
Yeah, so we already like relayed this kind of information. If it wasn't clear, we're happy to repeat it for you. Well, if you have any other questions for that, just drop it. And if not, then I guess, well, quite a satisfying result with the differences. Well, of course, we could have also compared the 9900K with the 10900K, but then you know, you're going to see much less of a difference, of course. And since the majority of the people will be having 9700K, you know, it seems to us that it was much more interesting to see if, you know, if you were planning on an upgrade from that kind of setup to this kind of setup, you know, what can you expect?
So the Cinebench part, it will matter if you use a 9900K, but it's still limited to the recommended power. So it will top out at 190 watts with a 95 watt long term. So in temperatures it doesn't matter, but it will generate a higher Cinebench score. And also in gaming, the 9700 and the 9900 do not really make that much of a difference in gaming. The 10900K is just a little bit faster because it's higher clocked, and that's what makes the difference.
Well, someone is asking about the release dates for the Tridents. So I guess you're saying Trident, so not specifically the Trident X. Well, the Trident X and the Trident 3 have already been released, and well, the stock is not going to arrive like at the same time everywhere in the world. So you know, depending on your region, it still might take a little bit more time to be on stock. The Trident A is going to take some more time. That one is going to be released like around mid-June, July. So before stock is going to arrive in your region, it's already like August at least. So we should be expecting August to be, you know, where you can see the product, the Trident X. So yeah, that's for the release dates. Let me see, anything else?
Someone's asking about memory. Are the memories the same megahertz? No, the 10th is on 2933 megahertz, and the 9th is on 2666 megahertz. So just Intel recommended speeds.
Well, you guys are talking quite a lot today. I love it. But it's a little bit hard to keep up. But let's see if there's any other question. Well, we don't have a Firestrike score, if I'm correct, right, Ruud?
I did run like a time spy, and basically and the same will be true for Firestrike, is that the physics score, which is basically the CPU, will be the major difference. So yes, there will be a difference in graphics score because it's a super against a non-super, so it will be a little bit higher, like 4% or something, and the CPU will be the biggest difference. So the physics score will be higher, and also, of course, also the combined score. And that's something you will find in Firestrike, but it doesn't exist in Time Spy. So I only ran the Time Spy benchmark, one to the other, and then especially the physics part is a major increase. So the CPU part, basically. How about the power supply? I think we covered that. What type of storage is in it? It's a 2 times 1 terabyte SSD.
Yeah, and
in
2
RAID
times
0. And there's
one.
an additional 2 terabyte hard drive also.
Yeah, well, it's 2 times 1 terabyte M.2 SSD and SATA SSD. Same, 2 terabyte, 2 times 1.
Is that is the SSD the SATA one? I think it's a hard drive.
Yeah, the 2.5 inch SSD.
You're sure about that?
Yeah, I believe it was the SSD part. Well, but I mean, if you mean like if you're going to upgrade, well, you can use both.
Yeah. Yeah, but in the machine, in the Trident X 10th, I know there's 2 Western Digital SN730 1 terabyte SSDs in RAID 0. That's all I know. And the other one, I believe, is a hard drive, but it could also be an SSD. I have no idea.
Okay, we might have to confirm that later, but I believe it was SSD. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you're right, then you're right. Yeah.
How to join? There's still some people asking about how to join the giveaway. Well, here, just in between us, you can already see giveaway. You have to go to msite.com/2/insider. If you join now, I guess you'll still be in the pool for the drawings, which is going to be very, very soon. In about, say, 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes, we're going to announce the winner for the MAG272 CQR gaming monitor. So if you haven't registered yet, guys, I really urge you to do it now, because before you know it, the drawing just happened and you missed it. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. After that, we're going to be drawing a few more Steam Wallet Code giveaway. Steam Wallet codes. So if you haven't won the monitor, at least you want some Steam Wallet codes, right? So it's still something, you can get something nice. And don't be too sad about it, because I'm not going to win it either, and I'm already quite sad. So, yeah, we'll see who the lucky winner is in just a bit. In the meantime, let's see if there's any more questions. Okay, I guess we good to go. People are still asking how to register. Yeah, you have to go to the website, msite.com/2/insider. Then you can register. And well, our bot also spams he doesn't spam, but he posts the link, like the direct link to the giveaway, like every 6 minutes or so. So if you keep track of the chat, you'll also be able to participate in the giveaway if you are not going to msite.com/2/insider. Right above Ruud's head. Right there. Okay, yeah, so someone asking about the MSRP again. So if you missed that part, so the 10900K and 2080 Super, 64 gigabyte of RAM. This comes at around 2,800 US dollars and 3,200 euros MSRP. So, you know, this might change, give or take, maybe a little bit less, a little bit more, depending on the region. But that's what it should be. Okay. So okay, the monitor is our 165 Hz 1440p gaming monitor, the MAG272 CQR, which is also curved. So okay, good luck. Where were we? Okay, yeah, so we talked about the games, the performance in Cinebench, and yeah, you know, I wonder a little bit about what about overclocking? Is there like, you know, some room to play with this situation?
For the graphic card, yes, you can play around with Afterburner if you want. I can show Afterburner if you switch to.
Yeah, guys. So yeah, regarding overclocking, so for the CPU, yeah, it's already going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't suggest you to try to overclock the CPU in this case.
You can overclock it through the Dragon Center by setting it to extreme performance. Will give you 100 megahertz extra boost. So basically, it gives you turbo plus 100. So that's basically how it works. But it will also, the power consumption will also go up, and that's already overclocking. So that's a bit about the maximum that the cooling can handle. But you will, yeah, the fans will spin up also faster than in balance mode. I think balanced is a nice setup for this CPU. I think if you go for a Trident A or maybe Trident X with a i7, I think you can do more with the overclocking. I think the cooling at this moment is about maxed out in extreme performance mode. But for the graphic cards, you have options to set it up yourself. If you want to do manually, then basically you'll just increase the power limits if it's possible, and also the temperature limits, and then play around with the core clock and the memory clock. And if you want to go all the way, then you just turn off automatic fan speed and go with a maximum fan speed. You should be able to hear it now.
Yeah, you can really hear the GPU is trying to kick it up a notch.
Yeah, and then you just start testing and see what it is still stable, and it will take you a lot of time. So what else you can do is click this little icon here. Still, you need to raise the temp limit, and then you can just get like a voltage frequency curve editor. That's for the people who really know what they're doing. And but you can just press what's called OC scanner, which is a function that came with the new RTX graphic cards, and something that we also offer in Afterburner. So if you press that, basically it tries to auto overclock the graphic card to a point that it's not stable anymore. Then it will set it back a little bit, and then you should have maximum performance of this graphic card with this kind of cooling. So this is the easiest way to overclock and get the maximum out of it. And I've tried it on different graphic cards already before, and it's not bad. It's getting close to the maximum already. And if you push it any further, then usually it will crash, or it will.
Yeah. You're gonna have to be a little bit patient for that. Yeah, you really have to try and error.
Yeah, that's overclocking. If you like overclocking, then it's a trial and error, and it will just you need to fiddle around with most of the settings, and add more power, add more cooling. And if you want to do real overclocking with graphic cards, you should buy another graphic card, a different one. Then you should go for like a Lightning or something. Then you can do more options than with the standard RTX 2080 Super Ventus XS, which is not designed to do maximum overclocking.
Yeah. So Edwin K is saying, when will the Trident X be coming with the RTX 3080? And is there a version with a GTX 1660 Ti? So yeah, I can't comment on the 3080 yet because that just depends on when it's going to be available, if it's going to be available, if it's going to be called that way. Yeah, and when that's available, we'll see how fast we can get it kicking. But unfortunately, there will not be a version with GTX 1660 Ti. Because that's most probably going to be used in our MAG series instead of the MEG series. So the Trident X really, just kicking butts, at 2080 and above.
So will that be the Infinite series with the 1660 Ti?
Well, the 1660
Super.
Ti, you can expect that in like a Trident 3 or like an Infinite S and stuff like that, but never in the Trident X. So this is really for when you want the max performance. Someone say I am running an RX 570 lol. Yeah, well, imagine when you switch to a 2080 Super. Okay, any other thing? Do you suggest overclocking? I mean,
nowadays with the CPUs and GPUs are already doing with the turbo boost, it's already as efficient as you will get. So any added performance will translate in much more added power and heat and noise. So yeah, if you want to have like a silent and cool, well-performing PC, then you should do the turbo. Let the turbo do all the work and do all the settings automatically. And it's very hard to gain a lot of performance from it. So you need to do extreme cooling, and you need to do adding extreme power to it. And that will, for new generations, this will be even more true. And you saw that also with the Ryzen 3000 series. The Matisse CPUs, those are already efficient. You can do some auto overclocking, but it will add a lot more power than it will gain you in performance. So yes, you can do it, but just see it as a hobby or like a sport. You can reach a certain record.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
as a hobby.
If you want to do efficiency and do well performance with bearable power, heat, and noise levels, then I would just suggest and keep with the turbos that the chip will offer.
Yes, I think this is already the third time I've read this, but I forgot about the first two times because there's so many questions. But yeah, someone is asking, will there be a liquid cooling option? Well, as for now, for the Trident X, not. But we might be able to do this in the future. But for now, not yet. So for now, if you want liquid cooling, we have the all-in-one liquid cooling in our Infinite X series. So pretty much the counterpart of the Trident X, but then for the full-size towers lineup. So there we do have the AIO. Someone asking, how will we know if we won? You'll be announced during this stream, and also later I'll be approaching you via the email that you gave up when you were registering. So that's I guess how you will know. So stick around if you want to know or find out today already, or otherwise you would just have to wait a day or two. I see someone will also answer that for me. Thank you, very nice. But any other thing? We need Lucky with speaker in belly. It definitely fits. So okay, I guess yeah, that's it for now. Oh yeah, someone's asking what components can you change with do-it-yourself parts, like you will service it yourself after warranty. So yeah, like I said earlier, we kind of encourage our fans to do the kind of customization or upgrades on themselves later when they have purchased the pre-builds, because we already made the desktops like very easy to upgrade. So for example, if you take a look at this part here, you can easily access your 2.5 inches storage spaces. And on the other side, you can also easily access your GPU, your M.2. You can even swap out the CPU, but you really got to know what you're doing then, because that's a little bit more complicated than just take something out and put something new in. That's it, because there's like a fan cooler in between, right? So yeah, you can definitely, all the parts that I've mentioned, you can try to replace it, and don't have to worry about that. As for warranty. So, okay, something else. Can the Trident be upgradable? Yeah, I pretty much just answered that. Definitely yes. We encourage you to do so.
Also, the motherboard is like a standard ITX form factor. It's not using a proprietary form factor, so you can basically, after warranty, you can still swap it for another ITX motherboard. Of course, you need to make sure that there's also a fitting cooler. So if you go with this kind of motherboard with the same cooling holes as the socket 1200 or 1151 or whatever, then you can still use the same cooler. But if you go to an AMD one, for example, then it will be very hard to place a cooler that fits this chassis. But the power supply is basically an SFX, so it's also a very standard model power supply. The graphic card is a standard ATX form factor. Of course, you need to check how long it can be. So you probably cannot fit like a MSI RTX 2080 Lightning, but anything else would probably fit, or most of the cards will fit. So a 3-fan cooler might be fitting, depending on how long the case is, or how long the graphic card is.
Yeah, I'm just turning the PC around a little bit because someone's asking if you can see like the other sides and stuff like that. So there you go. So here we have the tempered glass, which is being closed, well, retracted by the magnets. And here we have the dust mesh, which also through which the CPU will breathe. So don't worry about the tempered glass being a choking factor for your CPU cooler. There you go. Okay, anything else that we can address? So no, upgrading will not void your warranty. Well, unless you're going to be, taking stuff apart that you're not supposed to. But yeah, basically everything you see here, you can already upgrade. Your GPU, your storage, your M.2.
Usually on every MSI desktop, there's like a small sticker on one of the screws saying factory seal. You need to check in your territory if you're allowed to open that part, because here in Europe it's no problem because you're allowed to do so, and also in the US I believe it's your right to open that and clean or upgrade the part. Don't know about the rest of the world, but if you break the factory seal, so the small sticker on the screw, and you need service, for example, you send it back to repair, they will extra carefully look inside if you didn't damage anything inside. So that's why the sticker is there, not to prevent you from opening it, but it's more okay, it has been opened, so we're going to check if there's no damage done to any components that may have caused the problem. If the problem is caused by the user, then of course you won't have warranty, but if there's no damage to be found, that will point to the problem, then you will still have warranty. This is the same for notebooks and desktops and anything.
Okay, so someone is asking if the actual power supply used is a standard size power supply. Well, this is the FX version, so it's not standard by your standards, but you can still find them.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, on the front panel there is, yes, indeed, a USB Type-C. So I'm switch to the other side, and someone was asking if you can charge your phone with it. Definitely, you can definitely charge your phone with it. So here we have, let me not use this potential scratches. Here we have the USB 3.2 Type-C. And there's also this 3.2 Gen 1 Type A. So pretty much, yeah, whatever you want to plug in the front side, you already have like 3 times the USB and the headphone and the mic jack. That's pretty much what's in front. Okay, I think this is where we were.
Oh, I just looked it up. It's a hard drive, 2 terabyte.
Yeah, so we also try to show you guys how you can, if you're like, you know, if you really love doing this kind of stuff and trying to overclock your GPU, for example, yeah. Afterburn is a good start. And yeah, like Ruud, sometimes I'm trying to speak your name like in the, yeah, how do you say, like, not the Dutch way, but like the English way. It's going to be really weird. It's like root, you know?
You can also try the Japanese way. Luta.
Really?
Luta.
What's the... Oh. Haven't heard that one before.
I had a colleague once, they always call me Luta.
Okay, okay.
Probably easier for them.
Ruud is still the easiest way.
Yeah, Ruud is all fine.
Yeah, so John is asking what the weight is. So the net weight about for this is the 6.8 kilograms.
I think it also depends on the glass panel or the metal panel, right?
So the gross weight is like around 8.9. Where's the power button? The power button is all the way on the top here.
I need to switch
can't
to
see
detail
here
cam,
yet, so let me just switch it up. Power button is right here, where there's like this triangle. Okay, let's see something else. All right, so yeah, overclocking, been there, done that. If you have any questions, ask them now. If not, then I'm going to power this off. Well, Ruud is going to power this off, and we can maybe talk a little bit about temperature and cooling. I'm going to open up the footing part to show you guys, you know, what's really changed there, why it's like bigger, how the fans are being placed and stuff like that. Somebody is actually trying to talk Japanese. Mr. Master Docs. Ah, of course. One of the old viewers, one of the veterans, the OGs. I haven't seen Edwin comment for a while now. Weird. Yeah, Dutch or English way is still Dave, DJ Dave. Yeah. It's almost time for giveaway, guys. All right, 2 more minutes and we're going to announce the winner of the gaming monitor. Well, Ruud, you still have time to register, so 2 more minutes.
Okay. But I just turned off the machine. Yeah.
All right, let me just unplug this stuff, and after that, I'm going to announce the winner, guys. So you have 2 more minutes to register if you haven't yet. All right. The MAG 271 165 Hz gaming monitor, 1440p. In just 2 more minutes. All right, I unplugged everything.
Someone is asking, I'm not sure if it's the same one. Can you show the backside ports, the I/O, I think? Maybe you can turn it
show
around.
that again.
Yeah.
I thought I already did so.
But then the cables were plugged in. Maybe that was blocking some stuff.
So here we have the backside. Basically, we have the 5x audio jacks, and well, we have 1x the USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A. We have Thunderbolt 3, and we have more USB 3.2 Gen 1, and yeah, pretty much. And these two you preferably will never use because with this kind of machine you're going to be using the ports here. Okay, guys, don't use it here. I've actually had people saying this before, like that they were like accidentally using this part of the display port and the HDMI port instead of the dedicated GPU. So don't do that, you're going to have a bad time. So yeah, there you have it. Oh, my fatty fingers already made it dirty.
Yeah.
Okay, if no more questions, then we're going to do the giveaway, guys.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, who is the winner? Who? Okay, I'm entering the drawing right now. Let's see. It's loading. It's loading the winner. And the winner is... And the winner is... It's Flores. Well, Flores, I'm not sure if you're still in the chat, but congratulations, Flores. So, yeah, I'm sorry guys, unfortunately Flores was the winner, and if you tried to participate and tried to sign up for it and you didn't win, we still really enjoyed your company. It was really fun having you guys here, and well, Flores, congratulations. I'll be contacting you in the coming days for you know, the details regarding what you can expect and when approximately you can get the monitor. And I'm really jealous, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't even have it. So yeah, let's see, was Flores actually here? Well guys, at least you're all very well spirited and all congratulating him. Nice to see that, guys. Good spirit. No sore losers here, except for me maybe. Alrighty then. Yeah, so after this I'm going to just, you know, every minute or so I'm going to draw the next winners for our Steam wallet code giveaways. So at least, hey, if you didn't win a monitor, you can still have a chance at one of the Steam wallet codes. Alright. Oh man, such a regret I didn't register. So let's get into the footing. Let me just unscrew the bottom part. It's quite easy, just a few screws here and there. And whenever you're doing this kind of stuff, it's always nice to have a screw with a magnetic head. Especially when you're like building your PC, that's definitely a pro tip, because whenever you're doing the screws, especially when it's close to the motherboard and you lose the screw, you're going to be really scratching your head. All right, one more to go. Did you see Flores' answer?
No, I'm checking it.
There were like so many people like chatting at the same time.
There was one guy who was spelled F-L-U-R-S, like Flores, but I don't think that's the same name. So Flores or Flores is different, yeah.
Oh, I'm missing two more screws. And here we have it. So here you can see why the footing got like higher, and there's like airflow. How do you call this part? Like I lost the word. So here you see why it's like heavy, well, higher and beefier. That's because we have extra fans like installed right underneath where the CPU is. So if I open the side tempered glass, you can see here's the CPU, and right underneath there are like 2 more exhaust fans to make sure that the new GPU or the new CPU, which is more powerful and produces more heat compared to the last generation especially, will have more room to breathe, since more warmth will be exhausted through this kind of fans right here.
You're correct, it's exhausted, not intake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can recognize this by, you can see whenever you see this part like facing you, it means like the airflow is being exhausted.
Yeah. I thought I saw some diagram in the PowerPoint that it was intake. Well,
so
okay,
here then, once again, if I put up the 9th generation, you can see a bit more of the difference. Oh, let me turn this around. So front part against front part. It's like, the 10th generation got a little bit manlier, or a little bit more armory. So this is because the footing got much higher. Because, well, more fans, more airflow. All right, let me take this down. So yeah, like I mentioned before, design-wise, we didn't change much regarding the entire desktop, but the footing. Since even now there are quite some people asking if there's a bare-bone version of the Trident X, but unfortunately there is not. So I have to disappoint you there. So yeah, let me put this back in.
Now one is asking, is it RGB fans on the bottom? But it's not RGB. No.
I like the spirit though.
Yeah. Mr. Master Dog saying CPU fan is intake, fan below exhaust. That's exactly correct.
What?
Oh, someone's commenting on the airflow part, the intake and the exhaust, and the CPU part is the CPU fan is the intake, and the bottom is the exhaust. Yeah.
Alright, I'm not going to screw in every screw because I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I'll probably do that after the stream if I haven't lost all the screws yet. So let me just put in 1 or 2 so this stays in place, and then we can go on about our days. Okay. I have 4 more left. I have to remember that. Whew, all right. Getting a bit hot in here. What did I miss?
Not that much. People are looking for floors.
Yeah, people are looking for floors. Floors, where are you? Your winning right is going to be revoked. And there he is. All right, so let's see. I'm going to draw a winner for the Steam giveaway. Actually, I'm going to draw 2. So let's see. Don't worry, guys. If you entered, you'll be automatically winning. Well, in the pool of winners, potential winners. Jeez. So you don't have to re-enter again. So the Steam wallet code winners, here they come. Oh, look at this. One of them is Mr. Mustadox. Congratulations. I believe he's still here.
Yeah, I saw that name. Yeah.
And the other one is Shay or Shea. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so it's either Shay or Shea, so S-H-E-A. congratulations. Yeah, get something nice from Steam, and just forget about the monitor giveaway. I mean, that's the best way to get over the regret or the sadness. I already forgot about it. I'll probably even forget to send it, so and keep it myself. All right, congratulations, guys. Yeah, so in just a little bit, we're going to be drawing the last winners, probably two. So let's get on. Yeah, I just saw the biggest change in this part, the footing. So this really takes care of the extra cooling that the CPU requires in the 10th generation. Compared to the 9th gen, well, it's what would you say, Ruud? It's like compared to the 9th gen Trident X. I mean, it's definitely faster, and yeah, it is better. And quite, you know, design-wise, it's not much, but it's still quite, yeah, it's still quite noticeable. It's like it just got a little bit more beefier, right? And still keeping the original design that, you know, majority of the people really liked. Yeah, so, and people that are really into, you know, this kind of like nerdy stuff, you know, trying to figure out, you know, how much performance you can get out of your system. Yeah, you can still play around with the GPU. It's just that when it comes to the CPU, we wouldn't suggest you to get into overclocking and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely for GPU, if you want to play around there, you can. Yeah, there's quite some useful stuff that comes with the Trident X. You can use Dragon Center to really start out your journey into getting to know all the specifics and how everything works, because that's really, like Ruud also said, it's more point and click stuff. So Dragon Center, you can start to learn your stuff there. Also, very easy to you know, choose profiles when you want to have more silence, when you want more performance. It's all possible with just one click. And you know, if you're not satisfied with your lighting, you can go to Dragon Center again. Just click on Mystic Light, change it, and you know, hey, whatever works for you, you're like just a few clicks away. So yeah, all in all, this is yeah, the 10th generation Trident X, and I hope you know, performance-wise, you guys already you know, well, we already answered all your questions regarding how it performs with gaming, and even when you're not just a gamer, but sometimes you know, do some productivity stuff. It's still very viable, especially, you know, if you look at the cores and threads on this one, and the Cinnabon score was also. It speaks for itself, I guess. It could have been even higher, but like Ruud said, you know, we're running NDI, so we're capturing at the same time. So yeah, that's going to be taking away a few points and performance here and there. So that's too bad. I see people are still looking for floors. Actually, it's not Flores, but Florus. So R-U-S. Yeah, Mr. Mustard Dogs is still here. No, I don't see him. But oh, I see one more veteran viewers. I am Box. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Mr. Mustard Dogs is using your name as for.
It's a Dutch joke.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to put the 9th gen next to it for the one last time before we end the stream with the last two winners of the Steam Wallet Code giveaways. Let me just give it a little bit of RGB power. So yeah, guys, if you still have any questions regarding the 10th generation Trident X, ask them now. Otherwise, I will be drawing the last winners of today and call it a day, since these two bad boys really need a rest. We're working quite hard. Okay, let's see who the last two winners are of today's Steam Wallet Codes giveaway. And first winner, or should I say the third winner, is Franklin. Congratulations, Franklin. And the fourth one is Chris. Chris and Franklin, congratulations. You're the last two winners of today's Steam Wallet Code giveaways. So again, guys, really fun speaking with all of you. It was really hard to keep track of the chat, but we did our best, and we hope that you got a lot of information regarding the 10th generation Trident series, especially the Trident X, performance-wise, and the ins and outs and the features. And maybe, we helped you guys out with some, technical questions that you always had regarding desktops. And yeah, generally we had a lot of fun, and it was really great having Root. Now I'm doing it again, Root.
Sorry.
Having Root here. So yeah, he's a really good guy. He knows a lot about all the technical stuff, way more than me. So it's much more technical. So having him here doing the performance also was, I hope for you guys also a great learning curve. So yeah, if no more questions, then let's see. I guess not. Everyone's so friendly today in the chat. Congratulating each other and stuff. But yeah, if not, then I'll be announcing that next week is going to be about the MSI H410 and B460 motherboards. So if you haven't had enough of the Z490 and B450, there's now even more from AMD's boards. So definitely tune in next week, and who knows, maybe we'll see you then. And yeah, no more questions, I guess. So thank you all a lot for joining, and hope you have a good day, and maybe see you next time. Thank you.